And if you look back at those days in Hollywood when you were first operating over there, and it really was the dream factory, wasn't it? And something. When you look back, I mean, are you nostalgic about those days, or are they were they just comic relief?
I love them.
Did you?
You know, I thought it was great.
Really?
So I never belonged to it. You see, when I came, I was this terrible maverick that they all, you know, I was sort of the, you know, 40, 30 years ahead of my time, whatever it is. There was a sort of ghost of a Christmas future. There was the one beatnik. You know, there was this guy with a beard who was going to do it all by himself. You know, I represented the terrible future of what was going to happen to that town. So I was hated and despised, theoretically, but I had all kinds of friends among the real dinosaurs who were awfully nice to me.
Really?
Yes, and I had a very good time. But I believe that I have looked back too optimistically on Hollywood, because my daughter has a group of books about Hollywood that she bought. I don't know why, probably vainly looking for references of her father. And I took to reading them lately, and I realized how many great people that town has destroyed since its earliest beginnings. How almost everybody of merit was destroyed or diminished, and how the few people who were good who survived, what a great minority they were. And I suddenly thought to myself, why do I look so affectionately on that town? It was because it was funny, and it was gay, and it was an old-fashioned circus, and everything that we're nostalgic about. Made it funny and gay when it was really happening.
Yes.
But really it was a brutal place.
Yes.
And when I take my own life out of it and see what they did to other people, I see that the story of that town is a dirty one, and its record is bad.
Yes.
Okay, so it started when I got an email in my inbox titled, "Congratulations and welcome to our team." I packed my bags, got in my car, and drove. Next thing you know, I'm making coffee in my LA apartment and thinking about what I'm going to wear to work my first day. I was nervous and ready. I had no idea what to expect, but I'm pretty certain that my outfit was pretty good. When I showed up at the office, I would make the coffee and make sure the office was in a clean and welcoming state. Among my other duties, I would do script coverage, and that was a pretty big one. Script coverage is essentially a crucial part of a script's life. This is the make or break for most screenwriters. So the second thing I do is basically I do a synopsis of a script to see kind of what I think about it and how I feel about it. And this is really awesome. It gives me a chance to kind of read scripts, get an idea of what I kind of like in writing, what I need to find in writing, and what makes a good script. However, after doing them for a whole summer, I realized that this became just generally whether or not this would be easy to make, if it would appeal to the broad audience, and whether it was written right. Honestly, the whole sense of art and soul to this kind of screenwriting was gone, and it was lost on me. It started weighing on me a little bit, and after coverage after coverage, I started to think that this was just becoming a bottleneck, a shallow criticism of someone's actual work. I started feeling really bad. I looked in the mirror and realized that I had to change. I was pursuing film in a fake way. I'm so glad I did this because it inspired me to create for me and no one else. I wanted to be an individual again, and my dream just evolved. After looking at people's work and making shallow judgments and seeing this whole thing become artificial, the Dream Factory idea of Hollywood was illuminated for me. And just as Orson said, I found it to be kind of a cruel place more so than a dream place for me. Now, I'm not saying Hollywood has no place. I think it's important for the big money movies to be made, and I think it's important that kids see these movies. However, for me now, I see that that's not the place for me. I found my work to be mundane and soul-crushing, but rewarding in the end. something that's important for every filmmaker to realize in life is that not every movie is a Hollywood movie.
No. Just no. I don't love you